Welcome to a new episode of
Business and Booze.
Booze.
What booze do you have today, Mr. Kamga?
I'm drinking some Cabernet, man.
I have a White Claw Spirits vodka soda with pineapple.
2018. Big year. Big year for
The
Bree.
Kamgas.
For the Kamgas. You know?
We added a new nugget.
Yeah, what went wrong? Like, what is it that...
Can you give some preface to what you're talking about? Because people watching this podcast have no idea where you're coming from.
I mean, I'm just talking about a business, you know, everybody wants to start a business. Everybody wants to start something. What is it that we didn't do? What homework we didn't do? Like the business, we had a business, we opened it, we had a store, we ran it. But is there something that we could have done better? If you had to,
so many things.
If you have to redo, if you have to start over again, if those 5 years was given back to you with the same money that you had, about the information that you have today.
But I have the knowledge that I have today.
Yeah, what would you do? What would you have done differently?
Let me fill in the gaps that Mr. Miyamo Kamga has not filled in. In 2018, me and the husband started a business called Bree Maquillage. It was a makeup store and boutique, a makeup boutique and salon. So we would sell makeup products and do makeup services. We also were heavily into photography. We had a location in a little strip mall, and then we were approached by mall management to move into the mall, so we did. And after about a year, we left the mall and closed the business. We'll get into that in another day. We'll talk all about that another day. Anyway, now everyone's filled in. Your question is, if I could go back in time,
if you
same amount of investment, yes, and same knowledge that I have today in 2022, I would have taken 85% of my budget and used it towards marketing.
What make you say that?
And the time, first of all, a lot of people were like, keep it a secret. Don't tell anyone.
Who was saying that? Like
everyone. You.
No.
Yes.
I did not tell you to keep your business a secret.
Yes, you did. You really did. People were saying, keep it a secret. You don't want to tell everyone. You don't want to put it out there. Just wait till you open, and then you can.
You have to prep people into your business.
I'm answering your question.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I kept a lot of things to myself. I teased a lot, and I didn't go into full launches. I didn't know what a full launch was. I didn't know much about marketing. I hired a business coach, which was a terrible idea. It was a huge waste of money, and she recruited me into an MLM. I feel like that's super illegal. But anyway, her only marketing strategy or plan or anything was to do a press release and send it to, but that was traditional media in 2018. Not the best use of time or money. I would have thrown so much into marketing. I would have developed a line myself instead of trying to just sell other things. But at the time, I had invested so much into the concept that I didn't, even though I couldn't get the product I wanted, I didn't want to stop.
How much did you put into the business?
The first year of business, I put about 125 into the business, I think.
That's more.
149?
Yes.
149 into business. Do I regret it? No. I think you need to fail a couple times before you can get it wrong. I also liked that
before you can get it wrong.
Before you can get it right. You need to fail a couple times so that you can learn. Because I learned a lot. I have a huge knowledge, which I think the amount of learning I did is the cause of the apprehension towards starting another business right now and launching fully into it with 2 kids under 2 in a new location with not a lot of capital to back us up. I know exactly what will happen.
I think we have a lot of capital that, and I'm still going to say this, as a business consultant, I remember saying that we need to have a cushion.
I know.
And you were like, well, you know what? It will work. Don't worry about it.
No, I didn't say that. We planned a cushion in. Expenses kept coming up.
This is a good story to share to people because when you start a business as, all you see is green. All you see is the money, the outcome of whatever you are launching, not thinking about the day-to-day operations that, can probably hinder the business itself.
Yeah.
Because, you have those projections like everybody does, I'm projecting this much. If your business is not really niche, if you're not really providing a solution, you're just aligning with other business and doing exactly something that someone else is doing, you got to be very careful and cautious about the move that you are making because, oh man, that burn us.
Well, here's the steps we took. Like, here's the path, very generally. Get the funding for the business. Get the foundation of the business with the idea. Get the location and sign on for that. Then get the product. Then build. Then launch. And I don't think that was a good path.
I agree.
I think we should have, there was definitely a solution in the concept of the store. It was to make shopping in person an experience again. Meanwhile, we opened in late 2018. We launched our first store. We opened the doors in March of 2019.
March 19, 2019.
COVID hit. We knew it wasn't COVID at the time. We knew by August of 2019 that shit was going down in China. Because that was where our suppliers were. We were working on building a couple of products that we were manufacturing ourselves. And stuff was happening in China. So we knew by August, September. Definitely by October, we had stopped attempting to buy anything from China.
We started driving
because they
to California.
had shut down.
Yep.
And then and these could be excuses, but these were very real events that happened at the same time. We signed a lease for our second store, our second location, and that started in February of 2020. No, March, right?
No.
When did we move in?
We moved into the store in May.
So we signed in April. I just remember that we
signed in April and they gave us February. A month. No. We signed in April because our lease.
We signed the month everyone shut down.
Yes.
The mall was completely shut down the entire time we were building our store. Which we were like, oh, that's so great. No.
Yep.
You're like, it gives us time. No. Wrong. Incorrect.
Yeah, we moved into the mall. The mall was shut down. We're building when the mall was closed. Wow. This was just all red flag.
We didn't have a grand opening because of COVID.
Yep.
We couldn't have more than 6 people in our store because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We had the social distancing. We had the masks. We had everything for the foundational points of our store.
Yeah.
And that, as much as we didn't want to admit, really, really took a toll on the success of our second store.
And we did not even, not thinking about it.
We didn't think about it like that.
We didn't even think about it like that.
We weren't thinking about it like that at all. I was watching huge cosmetic companies drop like flies. Becca, Versali. So many companies were just pew, 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 just closing down. And I was like, that sucks for them.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize, but then I think we could still be in business had we not sat down and kind of put our priorities in check. Like, I think taking a step back was a great idea because we could have powered through, but think about, like, what if we were still in the same place we were 3 years ago? Not 3 years ago, 2 years ago, today. It would just be miserable. And we have kids. We had 2 babies since then.
Everything happened for a reason.
Everything does happen for a reason.
Everything.
Anyway, so I talked about the path we took. What I would do now is find a problem. Come up with that solution. Find a market, find a product, which goes hand in hand with the solution. Launch, build, find a location.
There's a path right there.
Yeah.
You can't go too far ahead of yourself. And I know we had a source, we have the capital, we have what we needed. And we just jumped because I remember everybody was like, "No, you can't do that. You can't just get the store, like start online." And that's because the traditional way of doing things as an entrepreneur is exactly what you just shared. Starting with by the idea, then looking for the problem, finding a solution. Then find the problem, the product for the solution, launch the product, build onto it, and then decide to say, okay, you know what? I have the clientele, I have a demand,
I have a good base.
So now I need a place where people can go and get it, right? We just went, like full force. And we just got misled by so many fuckers around us. And
yeah.
And they bite us. Right?
Here's where I think jumping into the deep end with no floaties, having zero backup plan. Here's where I think that was a benefit. I was forced to learn everything about business quickly and efficiently and productively in a matter of months. I was forced to learn marketing, buying, managing, owning. I was forced to learn accounting, payroll, everything so quickly.
And
it's so beneficial.
And on my day-to-day job, being able to run my own business, understand the marketing behind it, understand the day-to-day, the day in and day out of the business, the ins and out, the behind the scene that some people don't see. What it takes to have a store being operational or to have a business being operational have led me to also become a better consultant for people on my day-to-day job as a banker, right? Because dang, I had to learn everything.
Yeah.
like understanding a profit and loss, understanding a book of business, a bookkeeping, understanding how to do your ledger, understanding why I would do a ledger, finding cheaper product for the business. We start from using AGP to go through Paychecks to find Gusto to
Yep.
using like we were able to to survive, find tools at a cheaper rate so we can get the business kept running. And knowing those things have also allowed me, like I said again, to to provide more tools to people and also help my credibility, right?
It really helps. And you're empathetic. You know
You
exactly what they're
become
going
very
through.
because I'm understanding the pain point of a
Because
client.
before you could be like, "Oh, you're a business owner. What's the problem? You're fine."
You know what I mean?
But you don't know.
Yeah. So you touch the pain point of people. You touch the pain point of the day-to-day business expenses. You talked about real problems, instead of just goofing around trying to get someone a product.
There is nothing I love more than being the sponsor of my own podcast. Let me tell you what. It is a lifelong dream for me to sponsor myself. So sufficient. Ladies, am I right? Anyway, today's sponsor is Bree Maquillage Studios. If you are looking for some BBW, let me tell you what, I got it for you. Bree Maquillage Studios focuses on the BBW. We focus on bridal, branding, and shit. So I'm filming this after we had so much booze. Boudoir, branding, and wedding. Right. The BBW. If you are looking for some BBW, I got you covered. Anyway, back to drinking. Stop yawning, Jules.
So, but this is advice I want to give to everybody who who have their own business. As the first years on your business, the first 2 years of the business, you get to be hands-on. You cannot.
Oh, you're in it.
You cannot just have people pay
Work
people for little things, because first of all, your business is still on the embryo stage, and you need to save as much as you can. So therefore, you have to learn as much as you can.
Yeah.
I remember we're paying how much? We're paying for payroll. $56.
More than we were bringing in.
Yeah, $56 per individual, and then we have to pay for her time, and then to file every quarterly payroll. You have to pay her for her to do that. Then you have to pay for the bookkeeping. Then you have to pay for. How much money did we save by just learning how to go and file by ourselves? It doesn't cost you anything to go online and just plug those numbers in and get things rolling. So
and you better have that competency if you're going to run your own business.
Absolutely. So try to learn as much as you can, all the things that you can learn until your business is bringing enough. And then you can kind of pass those things to the next person, because as a business owner, the most valuable thing you have is your time.
Your time.
So at first, you're gonna take a lot of sacrifice, and really being invested and being in the business, hands-on, understanding all the ins and outs, doing what needs to be done, and being the face of the business, right? And then when the business kicks, which can happen in the 4th or 5th year of the business.
Yeah.
Then you start saying, okay, I need my time back. Let me give it to a bookkeeper. I need my time back.
Let me hire a cleaner.
Let me hire a cleaner. I need my time back. Let me give this to.
Yeah.
But until then, you can't.
Yeah.
Because all your money going to be going into paying people, and then you won't even have anything to put in your bank account. So that's my advice to new business owners.
You're in it.
When you launch your business, your first 3 years, be in it. Learn everything that you can. learn everything that you can do yourself. Filing your stuff you can do yourself. Just learn it. There's a YouTube video out there.
Every accountant's like, shh.
At the end of the year, I mean, I always say, the accountant knows the job that I do. I will give him to file it. But the little thing that you can do during the year, like the
like
little
your quarterlies,
sales taxes, bookkeeping, do your ledger, do payroll, all those little things can be done easily if you know.
If you just Google.
You should Google,
Get a business degree on google.com because it's valuable and free. One thing that I have learned, I'm in a lot of forums with business owners, photographers, so many different walks of life, retail owners. There are a lot of people who come on and ask the question that's been asked a billion times, which you could just search it in the group, but they have to ask it them special snowflake selves. How do I get an LLC? Mm-hmm. If you can't figure out how to make your business official by your dang self, how do you think you're going to run a business by your dang self?
Maybe I tend to disagree a little bit on that one because...
Why would you disagree?
Yes, you can go online and create your own LLC, right?
No. Figure out how to do it.
I mean, you can do it. It's not hard to figure out how to do it. But however, you got a business, and sometime as a business owner, I'm gonna give you an example. Like LLC, there's three type of LLC, right? We have LLC sole member, which is sole proprietor. We have LLC/LLP, which is partnership. We have LLC member manage, right? Now, all those three, one of them don't require an operating agreement. And when you go online to do your stuff and to do your document, there's no way that they said do an operating agreement.
No, that's what I'm saying though.
Right?
But no, what I'm saying is people who can't even get to that point and they're like, is there just like a step-by-step? Can someone do this for me? Without wanting to learn anything about how to organize your business. Because then they put it off on someone else. Maybe they hire a lawyer for $500.
We did that.
Because we didn't know how and we found out how.
Right.
You also had a networking connection.
Yeah. How much would you pay for that thing?
At $360. He didn't file a lot of things. But what I'm saying is these people go on Facebook.com and type, how do you form an LLC? And they want the answer in the comments. And then when the answer is, hire a lawyer, go on your state's website. People are like, that's hard.
No,
and they stop there.
It's not hard. I have literally created, I have clients who come to me, they open their business and they're like, they come to open an account with me and I'm like, okay, so do you have an LLC? Yes. And you look at the document they create and they put manager manage, right? So when they do manager manage, they just brought this, oh, that's all I needed. They put manager manage because they said, I don't want to be part of the business because someone told me that I need to be away from my business. Okay, now you put manage, who's the owner of this business? Right? They were like, what do you mean? I'm the owner. This thing don't tell me that. So, yes, you need to learn. And if you can, hire yourself a lawyer. So, yeah, but yes, that's true. That's true.
They could have found that resource. The resource is lawyer. The lawyer would explain how things work.
True.
When they can't go that far, you can't own a business.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
You need to have some basic knowledge or have the patience to learn how to structure your business.
Yeah.
And honestly, just to make sure that we have some value here in people is that That's the only guarantee that you have in life, right? I mean, we have a couple of them. One of them is that you'll die. However, you working for someone, you will always be a number for that people.
Mm-hmm.
You are, and like you tell me one time, you said, if you messed up, they'll get rid of you without even thinking.
Yep.
So you always, and if you're a dad or if you're a mother, you always have to know or have something that you can fall back to. It is not pretty. It's not easy to be hanging and be around waiting for a job or looking to apply for a job. You need to have a second source of income where you know that you can fall back to it if something, don't go the way you have anticipate.
Mm-hmm.
So get your day job. That's good. Get yourself a side gig.
That's better.
The side gig is yours. And then if something happened with your day job, then you have your side gig.
Yep.
And then you work on your side gig until the side gig becomes an actual thing. And then you can go on your own venture and create a legacy for yourself. You cannot do that by being comfortable.
You mentioned that an entrepreneur's greatest asset, I'll say, is their time.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So I saw a TikTok and it was this nurse and she was like, being a nurse, I have nurse math. This is how many shifts it's going to take to make this big purchase. And I just, for the life of me, hate it so much. I can't function like that for myself. It works for so many people. So many people love the stability of, I know that I'm going to go to this shift and I'm going to make $100.
Mm-hmm.
I think, oh my gosh, I can make $100 in an hour if I book a client.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed.
It's called mindset, baby.
So when I see someone like, oh, I get this much a year, drowning in credit card debt, barely living a life that I would want to live, but then I see someone who's an entrepreneur who could make $100,000 in a month and live the lifestyle I want to make, I want to be that.
It's all about the mindset, right? If everybody was an entrepreneur, we wouldn't have the society that we are living in right now.
Yeah.
We need to have some workers. We need to have some followers, and we also need to have entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Who are there to innovate, create, and have people work for them, right?
There are literally, there are people who just, to their core, can't live the entrepreneur life. They can't have that insecurity. They don't want it. They don't want to know how they get their money. They don't care how they get their money. They just know that if they clock in and clock out, they're getting their money. And they're fine with that. Again. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh my gosh, for example, 2 weeks worth of work maybe gets me like $1,000, right? But this weekend, I booked a photography contract and made literally 2 weeks worth of money in 8 hours.
It's all about the mindset, and it's all about thinking with the end in mind, right? Again, we are all different individuals, and in order to us to have society that we are in, we need people like that. So I don't blame those people.
I don't blame them at all. I'm just pointing it out.
It's good, that we have those people in society. So we need them. Otherwise, we're going to continue to create and won't have anybody to do. Because if everybody was an entrepreneur, who would I work for who?
We're talking to entrepreneurs right now. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to talk and be apologetic to the worker bees right now.
I'm not being apologetic. I'm just saying that we need those people.
You're being a worker bee apologist.
Not necessarily. I'm just saying that as us entrepreneur, those people are needed.
I know.
So they can continue to be what they want to be.
Why? Why are you too combative.
I'm just saying.
Everything I said you're disagreeing with because you're making something up.
No, I'm not disagreeing to what you're saying. I'm just saying that what you're saying, it is good.
Yeah.
And we can't get rid of those people.
I don't want to. I'm just saying I'm not those people, and I am talking to the people who are also not like those people to give community. You feel?
I feel.
You feel?
I feel. And with that being said, we need to close this with some word of wisdom.
Oh my God!
Right?
Are you closing it?
It is okay. It is okay to work for someone, but it's better to have your own thing going. If you're working right now for someone, fine. Have yourself something to fall back. Have yourself something that you can call yours, right?
They don't need that.
And in order
but we're not even talking to them. Those people aren't logging into this podcast. We're talking to business owners, business-oriented people, entrepreneurs.
We don't know who's going to plug into this.
Who's going to watch
this
them?
Could be,
who's going to listen to a podcast about business if they're like, oh, I'm just working my school teacher job and I don't give a heck. They're listening to true crime.
So you're going to cut this part in?
I don't have to cut it. This is great information.
Okay. I'm just get yourself going on.
Can you stop trying to be so philosophical? Maybe crack a joke.
I don't talk like that,
You're
my love.
So boring.
It's okay to be who I am, and it's okay to you to be who you are. That's what makes the podcast is individuality. Okay, don't try to turn me into something else. There will
business be and burp.
There will be a day that I will come in here. I'll be very funny. There's a day that I'll come here very briefly. But today, we need to finish this episode by talking about the importance of knowing the market that you are venturing yourself into. Before starting your business, don't make the mistake that a lot of us have done. A lot of us, we are people who are just jumping. We are people who are thinking about an idea and we jump.
You know what?
And we fail as we go.
Don't like the way you're talking. Go for it. Jump.
I'm asking you to go for it.
The only way that you're going to learn is if you just dive right in. It doesn't matter if you have a backup plan. Jump into a business. Go head first. Get in there because you're going to learn.
I'm not asking you not to jump, but I'm asking you to be cautious.
No, don't be cautious.
I'm asking
Throw
you
the life preserver
I'm asking you to think about an industry.
Just
find it. Find a problem.
What are you waiting for?
Provide the solution.
Do it.
Get a product for that solution. Launch the solution. Build into it. And then the rest are going to fall into place.
Do it.
Do not go backward.
Do it. Go build a website right now. Go on Shopify right now. Build a website right now. What just came to your mind? Go build. Do it.
That's so funny.
Anyway.
You know what? It was nice. You guys have a wonderful day. Do you want to do anything for the end, babe?
I think we should have a positive moment from your day. What was a positive moment for your day?
Today I had an opportunity to have a pastor in my house.
Oh my God.
It was very positive because I can feel the energy. The energy in my house has changed. Came to my home today and we were able to bless my home. My kid was with me walking around, blessing the house. That was very positive for me. What about you? What was very positive for you today?
I found out I'm not in calculus anymore, and that's very happy for me. I just switched my major to business administration with a concentration in entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm going to have this little time out of being an entrepreneur, like full time, working my feet bloody, so that I can have a life where I don't see my kids anyway. I hate my job. I'm going to just go to school in the meantime. So I'm going to school. Gonna get degrees. And on that note, I haven't done my homework.
Guys, remember, in order for the thing that you do to work and to stick, any business, to start anything, you have to notice that there's a need. You have to want to fix the need. You have to do it and fix that need. You have to like doing it.
Just do it!
Remember that. It is noticing.
Do it!
Wanting.
What are you waiting for?
Doing.
Do
and liking.
it!
If you do those 4 things.
Him off. You're done. Last call. You've said the same thing over and over.
It was a good time, guys. You guys have a happy night. Tonight was a good episode of Business and Booze. We'll be here with you once a week talking about our own venture and talk about a couple of things that can help you.
We'll see you next week.
To get things going. See you next week.